Funny enough, this is the first video that I'm filming for Bookmas. I don't know what video this is, what number. I am in the office right now because my boyfriend is sick on the couch and I wanted to film by the Christmas tree, but I didn't want to like disturb him. Marshall! This video is going to be finding a 5-star read because I haven't done one of these videos in a really long time. And I think if you watched one of my other videos, I don't remember which video it was, I started the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I'm about to finish this book, and since I didn't finish it in the other video, I'm going to include it in this one, and I can already tell you that this is not a 5-star read. Actually, it's taken me a really long time to finish this book, and I'm kind of disappointed in it, not gonna lie. Love the cover, but like that's about it. It's okay. It's like the okayest of okays. The writing feels very like surface level. We're not getting too deep into really anything at all. And I guess that's kind of just what I expected, just a really easy like romance. And it's like, sure, it's easy to read, really easy to understand. Everything is just self-explanatory for you. You don't really have to think that much. But I feel like that's not necessarily a good thing. Like I feel like I want to feel more, and I just didn't feel like I didn't really want to pick this book back up a lot. And I'm saying this as if I'm done with the book already. Unless the last like 10 pages really wow me somehow, I don't know what I'm gonna rate this. It's not my favorite. Okay, that did not really take long at all. I thought there was more, but there wasn't. I think I'm gonna give this a 2.5. I continue to read books. I think I will continue to get better about rating books. I just don't think like Wildfire was a 3, right? This is how I'm gonna compare this. Wildfire was a 3. I liked Wildfire more than this. So this is why I'm like saying, okay, this is a 2.5. Or maybe it's a 2.75. Very insta-lovey. The vibe was cool. They had a little bit of Halloween and fall and like a teensy bit of Thanksgiving, and obviously it's fall because of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I just feel like it could have been, I don't want to say it could have been longer, but I guess it really could have, because I would have loved to learn a little bit more, not even learn, but just feel more connected to the characters. I just did not feel very connected to the characters. I am glad to be done with this because it took so long for no reason. So I think the next book I'm going to read, which just, it makes the most sense because I've already started this book. I have been kind of reading off and on Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. And so far I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if it's going to be a 5-star, but if somehow this book is a 5 stars, I will find another 5-star. Not like super far into it. I've been reading it on my Kindle because I read it while I was going to LA. I'm only on chapter 7. I feel like the main plot of this book is witch hunter and witch. Our main character, Rune, she is a witch, and she has been kind of a witch in hiding. And his name is Gideon, which I just think of that. What, isn't there like a character in Zootopia named Gideon? Isn't that fox that bullies Judy? And I just can't get that image of that fox out of my head. His name is Gideon. I don't think the name Gideon's hot, so I'm having a hard time picturing a hot man. Rune is a witch, like I've said, and she is trying to save other witches, and she is undercover pretty much. But there's like one character that is like her close friend, and I forget his name, but he knows about her being a witch. I don't see any sparks between them per se, but I'm wondering if that's going to happen. And then we obviously we have Gideon, so it's like witch and witch hunter. They're probably gonna like each other, and it kind of gives a little bit of Powerless vibes in that sense. Right now it's kind of funny because Rune's main priority is trying to get Gideon to like her. I need to continue reading it because like I don't exactly remember why she wants to date him or be with him or whatever it is. Oh, she's trying to find somebody. It's all coming back. She's trying to find Seraphine. Seraphine is a witch that got captured in the beginning of this book. She believes that Gideon knows where she is and she wants to save her. I don't know the significance of Seraphine. I don't remember. I feel like I'm just not selling this book very well, but I do like it so far. It says I have 7 hours and 41 minutes left, and I have only 10% done. Gideon is like admitting that she's pretty. Like, it was funny because in the beginning of this chapter, Gideon was talking about like how beautiful Rune is basically, and he couldn't help staring at her. And then the minute she opened her mouth, he was like, oh, this is why. Like basically he thinks she's really annoying. Whoa, he said a waste of a pretty face. Okay, that's a little much, dude. She might have been the shallowest girl in the opera house, but he couldn't deny that she was also the prettiest. Oh, okay, wait. His brother and Rune. So his brother's name is Alex, and Rune are like really close. And oh no, it says he'd often observed the way his brother looked at her, noticed how his voice softened on her name, and while he had no idea what Alex saw in Rune other than the obvious, which wasn't enough to tempt him, Gideon had no intentions of going anywhere near her. Oh wow, so they've known each other for a long time. I literally forgot. So I've been home for a little bit and I'm making dinner. I'm making soup. And I'm listening to Heartless Hunter, and this plot twist right now is actually kind of insane. Like, I'm walking around the house, just like doing house things, and I'm going, oh my god, because oh my god, wow, wasn't expecting that at the end. Like, you know it's coming, right? The plot twist. And the character's like thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and she's like, wait, is that why this person has been blah, blah, blah? And it's like, that wasn't even my, like, guess. I didn't guess that. That's a really decent plot twist. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. There's so much happening right now. Wait, okay. Wow. This book's really good. I was trying to think of a way to describe how it was being told. Like, the way they talk is very, like, I didn't know how to explain it. But then I listened to the audiobook. And the audiobook, they're actually British, right? Like, they have, like, the audiobook narrator has an accent. And then it hit me that it reminds me, like, the way it's told, like the way the characters speak to each other, it reminds me of Divine Rivals. And even the romance ish part of it reminds me of Divine Rivals, because in Divine Rivals they were rivals, right? But then they ended up falling for each other and they're very romantic towards each other. And that's kind of the same way I feel about Rune and Gideon. Like there wasn't a lot of banter like in Powerless, which I love the banter, and that could easily be because the main point of both of them, they were trying to like trick each other in a sense and get them to, they were obviously just trying to like get each other to trust each other and to get information out of each other. Maybe that was why there wasn't like a lot of banter, because, you know, if they need, you know, anyway. It's like almost if you mixed like Powerless and Divine Rivals and Witches. That's kind of like how I feel. And I say Powerless literally because it's a ordinary and then the dude hunts ordinaries. That's why I say that. I am 94% through this book right now, and I love where it's going, basically. Like, it's really interesting so far, and I'm really impressed by it. You are not getting on that. So I was just sitting in that chair reading, you know, as one does, and there was something that happened in this book and I gasped so loud. My boyfriend was like, what? It was another plot twist, but as I'm thinking about it now, after I ate dinner, I was like, what was the point in this character doing this? Like, I hope there's more of a logical explanation of why this character did what they did. Why did they do that? Oh. Okay, I was a little angry until this point. But still, though. Wait, but still. I don't know how to feel about this, actually. Okay, please excuse how I look right now. It's actually insane. I showered and didn't feel like drying my hair, so it is what it is. I kind of want to save my thoughts on Heartless Hunter until tomorrow or sometime when I'm fully ready to talk about it. I'm gonna let my thoughts kind of brew in my brain, but I know it wasn't a 5-star. There was just something about the ending that kind of made it not a 5-star for me, but it was still a really good book. I really did enjoy it. I know that I'm gonna eat up the right move. So do I just risk it to be a 5-star and end the video on that book if it's a 5-star? Or do I read Lightlark? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna read. I really need to think about it. I had been going back and forth between wanting to read The Right Move and Lightlark, which are two totally different books, I know, but I think I'm still kind of in my fantasy-esque era, so I decided to pick up Lightlark. And this morning I read about 30 pages, and then while I was working I started listening to the audiobook, and now I'm on chapter 24, page 173. I don't think this is a 5-star either. I think the world itself is interesting and the trials that they do. I almost feel like the author isn't describing things very well. It's weird because it's like, I feel like I'm getting a lot of information, but then I also feel like I'm not getting enough information. Because it could have been just me, and this morning, just me being tired and listening to the audiobook, I didn't really know where they were half the time, and I didn't really know what they were doing exactly. And the whole trial thing confused me because I guess the rulers pick the trials. And that was kind of confusing to me. Like, they create them themselves in a sense. So that part, I was kind of like, you know, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was trying to understand it. Also, another thing that I'm kind of noticing is that I feel like I'm not getting a lot of visuals with like what the characters look like. Like, I know that Grimm, it just took a while for the book to be like, oh, he's pale and has black hair. But that's like all I know. And then that the King Oro has like honey skin, but I don't know what color hair he has. I could just be me, but I feel like I need more description, like character descriptions, you know what I mean? But other than those two things, I really like where the story is going. I hit an interesting part. It has to do with the cover. If I had to rate this book right now, I'd probably say a 3.25, only because I think the world's cool. I think the powers are cool. I like her character. Her character is very interesting, but there's just some things that aren't clicking to me very well, and that could be just me. I don't know, really could be. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get started on this book or do something else. I'm not sure. So one thing that I didn't realize when starting this book is we have to wait like, what is it, 50 days until the trials actually start. So you're not really going into it immediately doing trials. Right now, our main character, she's like sneaking around and like trying to figure things out before the trials start. So she has like a time limit. So as of right now, there's not really a lot of like action. It's odd because the king and Grimm, like, they don't mind her, I guess. Like, I kind of thought there'd be more hatred towards her, but there's really not. Yeah, I kind of at least just want to get halfway, and I'm getting really tired. It's only 7 o'clock, and I'm already tired. Like, I could fall asleep right now, to be honest. Okay, if you hear something that sounds like a helicopter, it is our dryer. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Have been reading Lightlark, as you've seen. And at first, like, I didn't really know how to feel about it because I kind of felt like, I almost kind of started to feel like it was just very similar to the other books that I've read, like Caraval and Akatar, and, you know, maybe even a little bit of Powerless in there too. The first half to me didn't hit because I went into this book thinking it was gonna immediately be trials, and that's not really true. So basically they have 50 days until the trials start or something like that, and in the meantime though, they are doing little trials, but they're not like super deadly like in Powerless or anything like that, or like not in like in the Hunger Games. It's nothing like that. And once they hit that amount of days, then they are free to kill whoever they want, essentially, as long as they're not their partner, because they're like assigned to partners. I still think that I would have liked more character description, because I know what Grimm looks like. I know he has pale skin and black hair, and he's ripped. But what guy in fantasy novels is not ripped, right? So at the beginning, I was like, you know, obviously there's gonna be a main male love interest, right? So when I was reading it, I was like, this main male character, I don't want to say the name, I don't want to spoil. I was like, this character is like groveling almost. And he's like, well, not really groveling, but he's like a simp. Like almost right when he sees her, in a sense. And I did not understand why. Did not understand. And I was like, are they gonna like hit that point? And they did. It actually made sense. So now that I know, I do get that. I get that part. I was going through this whole thing. I'll tell you guys where I'm at right now. I'm almost done with the book. I'm gonna finish it tonight. This whole thing. right here, this whole thing, there's a character that I'm like, at first I was like, I wonder if they're a good character or are they a bad character. I was like, they're gonna end up being bad, aren't they? Right? Aren't they? And then I was like, you go through this whole thing and the character is chill. And I was like, maybe the character is actually chill, right? And then you get to this part and you're like, oh, so I liked that though. Like, honestly, that was a good thing for me. I literally was working, I fist bumped because I wanted some betrayal. I wanted some evil stuff to happen because I was like, this is going too good. Like, I wanted something because the book was kind of just going through this thing. And then it kind of hits you with a plot twist after plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. Basically, I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. And I think up until this point, it probably would have been potentially 3.75, you know. But now, do I think it's a 5? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know because I have little things that I don't like about this book, but I'm not gonna deny how I feel. And there were some lines in this book that had me, you know, doing all the book things, giggling, kicking my feet, whatever. I laughed out loud. I gasped out loud. I've had audible reactions to this book, basically. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this book, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen at the end because there are 3 books in this series. The next one's called Nightbane, and then the third one is called Sky Shade, and I think that's the last one. But yeah, really enjoying this, and I'm nervous, and this book has really taken a lot of turns that I didn't really expect, so I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think about that. I didn't even think about that. Wait, that's actually crazy. I literally just started and there's like been another mic drop right now. That's nuts. What? Something I do appreciate about this book as well is you kind of go into these fantasy books kind of with the idea right off the bat of who our main character is going to get with at the end. And to be honest with you, this book is doing a good job of making me like both our male characters right now. Like, I like both of them. Grimm and Aro, I like them both for like almost like different reasons in a way, and I don't know who I like better, honestly. Like, of course, Grimm is like, you know, grim, dark, depressed, probably, you know, morally gray. I don't even know what that phrase means. I need to look it up. You know, he's part of the Nightbane. He lives in the shadows. And then we've got Oro. And people say he's like golden retriever. No, he's not. Who said he was golden? What makes him golden retriever? Am I missing something? Because he is definitely not. If anything, Oro is very like just, you know, he is like the sun. He's like the sunling? He is that, but like he is very standoffish, very quiet, very emotionless. He kind of reminds me, if I had to compare him to somebody, he kind of reminds me of Mac from A Powerful. And Grimm is kind of like Rhysand. That with personality wise, that's kind of what I'm comparing him to. Anyway, like I said though, the author's doing a good job making me like both of them. And I don't think I've ever actually felt like that in a book before. There wasn't a book that I've liked both of our male characters, and I don't know who I would rather her be with, to be honest. Like, obviously we learn more about one specific character and Isla's relationship. Isla's, I don't know, relationship. But even then, I still like both of them. And I don't know who I like. And also, I do want to say one thing. Our main character, Isla, she's kind of stupid. She acts like she's like this tough warrior or whatever. Sure, yes, she's very good at, you know, with all that stuff. But like, basically, a character gave her this necklace and was like, hey, if you ever need me, just touch your necklace. It's like, okay, just touch like the pendant of the necklace, okay? And then something happens to her and she's in trouble. And she's like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? Girl, you got the necklace. And then she's like, oh yeah, the necklace. And I'm like, how do you forget that right away? Come on, girl. There's also a bit of repetition in this book, I didn't say. Anytime there's like something going on that the character tells her, it's like, hey, make sure you check the library for the lost book. And she's like, lost book. Or like, hey, you don't know what you do to me. And she's like, what you do to me? You know, it's like she questions everything back. It's like she repeats it. It's just kind of funny. Those aren't lines from the book, by the way. I just made those up. But it's like anytime the character says something, she just repeats it, and it's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. Wait, I don't know why this line made me laugh. She's like fighting and stuff, right? She's like, she had trained every day before the centennial since she was a girl. She had played not with dolls, but with blades. She did not braid her hair, but wove vines to make shields. It's just making her sound so dramatic. Like, girl, calm down a little bit. It's fine. You can still play with dolls if you want to. Wait. What? Wait. Wait. I feel bad for him. Oh, wait. No. That's so sad. He said, remember us, remember it all. Oh God, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? This doesn't seem right. I don't know. I don't know how to. What? That's it? So, I really don't know what to say. Okay, let me just bring y'all up. Let's go. Lightlark, it's not a 5-star. And even though I did really like the second half of the book, it's not enough to make it a 5-star. Because even though I really ended up liking the ending a lot, and like just, you know, the plot twist that we had, I still feel like I didn't know where we were half the time. The fuzziness is still there with like the world building. Like I couldn't envision it. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like in that sense, then I would put Lightlark at a 4.25 and I would put Heartless Hunter at a 4.5. Because at least with Heartless Hunter, what are you doing? I'm trying. Ah!
He's gonna get you. He's getting you. I took him outside and we were just playing in there. And then we decided to attack you. We both looked at each other and went,
Did you?
Yeah.
I feel like with Heartless Hunter, I didn't have a hard time visualizing. And I feel like it's a very important thing when it comes to reading, is like being able to visualize it, even though like I think I liked characters better in Lightlark-ish. Like I like the banter. Like in Heartless Hunter, there wasn't a lot of banter. But there's a reason why there wasn't a lot of banter. But anyway, I don't know what I want to read next. Ryan, the main character in this book, he's 27. I'm 27. That's weird. That's so weird. I'm old. Oh my gosh, the sun. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to give an update on The Right Move because I didn't get to update you guys last night. I got to about chapter 9. I don't know what percentage that is. I'm at the gas station right now. I don't know if it's because it's been a while since I've read a good romance book, but I love it so far. Like the banter, it's crazy the difference. Like Mile High versus The Right Move. It's like, am I reading the same books by the same author? Like, it's so good. The banter they have, and I just love like the dynamic between Indy and Ryan. It's great. Like, it's so good. She's like more bubbly and outgoing and stuff, and then he's more like just emotionless. And like and Indy also is like a book girly, so she is like asking him like hey, can you do the eyes darken thing, and can you do like the growl? And he's like, what is that? And I didn't really know that there was fake dating in this. Oh my gosh. You don't have to read these books in order. It literally breaks it down for you in the first chapter. Literally the first book was 400 pages long. She made it a paragraph. I was like, oh, I could have just DNF'd that book. It took me so long to read Mile High. But basically, Stevie asks her brother Ryan if her friend Indy can move in with him because Indy found her boyfriend cheating on her, and basically 6 years down the drain, and all her life plans were just thrown away, and now she has to start all over somewhere. And they live in Chicago, so she doesn't have she doesn't have anywhere to go, and Chicago's expensive. Ryan is this famous basketball player. He has this really nice like penthouse apartment, and Stevie's like, can Indy move in with you please? And you know, with some convincing, he finally says yes. And just the dynamic between the two is so good. I knew I was gonna love this book. I mean, when I got the little sliver of them in Mile High, I knew I was gonna love this book. So the character Ryan and Indy, they're just super horny all the time, you know, but like right away he's interested, and he's like, crap, you know, I'm gonna listen to more of The Right Move today, and I will let you know my thoughts once I'm home. And I really have a good feeling about this. This might be my 5-star read. Maybe. We'll see. What I'm really enjoying about this book is that there is super realistic circumstances going on. There's somebody that has fertility issues. I don't want to spoil. The fertility issues like are so like real, and just learning about how when you have these issues and you want to have kids and all the stuff that you have to go through with like the doctors and stuff. That's what I'm reading about right now, and it's a real problem, and I super appreciate the author putting this in because that is a real thing that happens, and it's not easy to get through a thing like that. So I just really appreciate that. There is no way that he did this. No way. my god. I'm dead, they said the title. He said, I think that's the right move. Well, I finished the book. It was a cute ending. Wasn't it, Hoots? Wasn't it cute? Anyways, with that being said, I really like the epilogue and I really like the end of the book. It was really cute. I mean, some things, of course, were cheesy, but I feel like that's normal. Okay, go. I love just the dynamic between Indy and Ryan. Like I thought that was so fun, and the whole like forced proximity and fake dating was great. I absolutely love that, and I feel like we got to learn so much about Indy and Ryan's characters, and they had so much development, both of them, honestly, and I just really enjoyed that. I just want to make sure that this is an actual 5-star because it's been a while since I've read a romance, that this is an actual 5-star before just saying it is. So let me just think about it for a little bit and I will let you know. Hi, so after thinking about it for about like literally 5 minutes, I've decided that I'm going to give The Right Move a 5-star. And I had to make sure that I wasn't just saying it because it was a romance book and I haven't read a full romance book in like a little bit. Like I did read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but you all know how I felt about The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It is a 5-star and I'm so happy to say that. It's crazy how different this book was from Mile High. It's actually insane. But you guys already know how I feel about it. You know how much I loved it. And if you guys are interested in reading The Right Move by Liz Tomford, just skip the first one. I mean, you don't really need to know much about the first one. You can just skip it and get right into the second one. And honestly, in The Right Move, it wraps up what happened in Mile High pretty quickly. You don't really need to read that book unless you really want to. It's just up to you. This video is done because I finally found the 5-star read, and I'm very happy that The Right Move is my 5-star read. And I think a lot of you guys would like this book too, and a lot of you guys have enjoyed this book as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and happy Bookmas, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a new video. And at this point in time, don't know what it's going to be because I didn't plan everything out because I'm an idiot and wanted to do this last minute. So, but like I said, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.